I'm Jessi.
Hello.
Hi. I believe that with technology we can save the world pretty much. I think with technology we could end all social and environmental problems. And I also think with technology we could do the opposite. I think we could destroy the world, and I think we could create a lot more social and environmental problems. So my name's Jessi, and I play with technology. I create and experiment and build things with tech. I've been doing that for a while. I've done a lot of crazy jobs. I've worked making supply chain production for American Apparel in LA. I've created interactive experiences for brands and pop stars. And now, finally, I'm actually using tech for good. So I'm really inspired by mixes of stuff. I don't really believe that art and science should be separate. In fact, I think it's quite a dangerous idea that they're separated. I think art and science and engineering and design should overlap. And I think for me, that's where my inspiration comes, is when I see little flickers of the things combining. When I see a bit of art in mathematics, when I see a bit of design in engineering. And I think that is how I get inspired, is through mixing up disciplines and putting on different hats when I'm looking at different things. So I like to think of myself as a bit of a hybrid. So I've come from a background of engineering and mathematics and building stuff with electronics and hardware and also code. But then I draw and I paint and I also create. I like to make installations, not just hardware. So the big thing that makes me get out of bed every day and why I formed a company is because I'm a bit disillusioned with the political system, really. I sort of think putting an X next to a red or a green or a yellow or a blue mark isn't really working in terms of voting. And I actually think every day we are voting with our wallets. We buy stuff. We choose to support some companies and we choose to not support other companies. Everything we buy is a chance, it's a vote. It's a vote for the kind of world we want to live in. I think, is this still working? Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. So I think every day we've got the opportunity to support one company or another company. Yet at the moment, it looks a bit like this. We're in this paralysed world of, oh my God, I don't know what to support. I don't know who to buy from. And I think this for me is my Mount Everest. This is my challenge. How can we float the good and destroy the bad? How can we as citizens be citizens and not consumers? How can we choose to power certain companies and not other companies? And for me, that's why I do things I do. So I'm going to tell you a story about some fish, because this is really part of my big dream, I guess. So once upon a time, there was this big old granddad fish swimming along, really slow, when he encountered these small little fish swimming the other way. And so the big granddad fish says to the little fish, "How's the water, boys?" And then the little fish swim on a bit when one of them turns around and goes, "What the hell is water?" See, for me, this epitomizes what gets me out of bed, because one day we're going to live in a world where technology is woven its way so deeply into our lives, so deeply into our cities, into our society, that we don't even think of it as technology anymore. It just is, it just exists. It's like water to fish. We don't think of it as analog and digital. The sensors will have woven their way into the fabric of our society. They will be there. And yet we have a chance to shape what that looks like. We have a chance right now to decide exactly how that is. We have a chance to decide how technology can help us make better decisions. Is it through Google that you want to look at the world? Or is it through some kind of more open framework that you might want to look at the world? See, for me, I'm really passionate about trying to keep the internet as open as we possibly can. How can we create a system, a way in which we can empower people, a way in which we can encourage open knowledge, not a world in which full of walled gardens, such as the world that is suddenly becoming an internet of Facebook or an internet of Google. So this last year I founded Provenance with some friends, and what we do is help empower makers of products to share about the things they make, to be open about what they make, to be open about the materials, the places, the people, the motivation behind the products they create. We do this through open data. So So we've created a platform with which people can share this information. And for me, this is the start of a framework of trying to create a way in which people can share this information, a way in which we can start to power better decisions. So for me, we're currently in a world where there's a lot of information, and we are gathering lots of stuff through tech, and the internet is a really powerful medium for generating tons and tons and tons of information. But at the moment, is it really powering better choices? And better says who? For me, I think I want to try and encourage, and everything I do is about trying to encourage this information to turn into real and informed choices, not just stay as information, paralysing us. See, for me, it's all about this. It's all about trying to get to a point where we can really choose, and where we can choose with our genuine personal values, rather than with values that are imposed by somebody else, and with true informed knowledge, how we can be citizens, not consumers. So I guess for me, the big question that comes out of this talk is how can you look at the things you buy? How can you use capitalism for good? How can you take your wallet and put it against your values rather than just against your cravings? How can you serve something greater than just yourself? Thank you.